Lean back, lean back, lean back. Come on.
Rule. I don't know if you saw that, the new rule, or your opinion on flopping in general.
But I hate flopping though. So I hope it's some kind of rule where they get fined or something.
They're going to fine people after the games. They're going to review tape. And
oh yeah, that's a good idea. I hate flopping.
I think it is, man. I think it may be an issue, man. It kind of takes away from the game when you're acting.
I think flopping is an issue. It's a huge issue. It messes up the game. It just, takes away from the game itself to flop. It's almost a form of cheating.
For your more physical player, like Nene and I, flopping tends to be a bigger issue. So I think that we'll benefit from that.
We actually get to see people play. I know it's a sports entertainment, but we get to see how people really play. I'm glad they did.
I don't like flopping, but in certain situations, it depends on the situation, honestly. Everybody's flopped before. You can't lie and say you didn't flop. Everybody's flopped before, but I don't think you should necessarily get fined for it. I think it should either be a call or no call. It's just part of basketball.
I do think it's a big issue in the NBA. However, I don't think we should be fined for it. I think that's what we pay, the best referees in our game. We pay those guys a lot of money to, distinguish the difference between a flop and a non-flop. So I think it should be left up to the officials to make that call.
Sometimes it happens that it's offensive foul and you foul on the floor. It's on the referees, when they decide it's flopping or not. A lot of players don't do that on purpose, so I really don't have an opinion.
Who's the worst floppers out there?
I'm not even gonna name them, but they know who they are.
We were just talking about it yesterday. There are a few floppers out there who probably won't like. I'm not going to name names, but we're happy that it's in effect.
Who are some of the biggest floppers issues?
That's a no name. Yeah, no names.
But it's a tough play game, and when you're out there, you just play like that.
I don't think we have floppers on this team, but it's a lot in the NBA.
You see it a lot out there?
Yes, and I hate it.
A lot of floppers, and I do agree that it's somewhat messed up. In some instances, it can affect big outcomes of the game.
You see some players flopping, but they get away with it. They get away with it. It's part of the game.
Not going to stop it. We get fined for technical fouls, and it doesn't stop technical fouls. It's going to continue throughout the league. I just think the refs should take control and make a decision on the calls.
Definitely will. Guys keep saying when they have a check to be paid for whatever amount, X amount, every week for flopping, and then they're gonna stop doing it.
I think it's gonna stop it, man, because sometimes it's in the instinct of a game, you're trying to make a play.
If money starts getting taken, they'll have to change.
If they flop, and if they flop for 10 years, they can flop, but they can continue flopping in another 10 years.
How much the fine is, I guess. Some people it might not matter, depending on how big their salary is. I usually don't flop. So
yeah.
I don't know about finding players, but maybe I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that. How they're gonna determine whether if it was flop or not. But they have their ways, I guess.
I don't flop, so I don't have to worry about the fines. But the guys who flop a lot, I guess it's gonna change their game. But I definitely support it.
I don't know about flopping. You ain't never seen me flop. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. You can't argue with it, or you're gonna get fined for arguing with it. I'm trying not to say too much, but
hopefully I don't get any any fines from that, man.